Welcome, fans, to Football Roundup, episode number 2. The global game, biggest news for you. Today, we're going to go over the FA Community Shield recap show. Episode 1 was the preview show. Now we're going to dive into the review show. If you got to watch the game, we're going to go over the videos and pictures and key storylines. If you didn't, this will give you the comprehensive review as we go through everything that happened in the game. Let's dive directly into it for you. The first thing that really happened and we want to talk about is the history of the Community Shield, high level, so you understand the stakes that are in this game. Arsenal and Manchester City have played only twice in the Community Shield, once in 1934, and we all remember that game. It was wild. Go find it on YouTube. Tongue in cheek, you can't. It's way back in the day. Arsenal won 4-0. 2014, you can find that game on YouTube for sure. Arsenal won 3-0. So that's the history of the game, and that's where we got to today, where they were playing for the third time the Community Shield. It was at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, Sunday, August 6th. It was like 4 p.m. BST time. How did we get to this game? Who plays in it? It's the winner of English Premier League and the winner of the FA Cup from the previous season. This is an inaugural game for the new season. Manchester City won the EPL last year. So does that mean that Arsenal was the FA Cup champion? They were not the FA Cup champion. It was Manchester City. They're not going to do an inter-squad scrimmage for this. So the second place team in the EPL then becomes a team who plays in place of the FA Cup winner because they were dual winners. So that's why it was Arsenal versus Manchester City, which is also very fitting because they came 1-2 in the EPL. Just as a side note, you have to announce it. City also won Champions League last year, so that made them champ. They won the treble, which is just a massively impressive feat. Congratulations to them. So they're trying to do that again, become back-to-back treble winners, which would be unheard of. And it's going to be tough. They got their work cut out for them for sure. So let's dive directly into the game now. Before the game, they showed all 3 trophies. Here, all 3 won by City, and then City going out after the Community Shield for this season. Man City's lineup for the game. You can see here how they had it. They had a new player in Kovacic playing. They had Alvarez playing in the middle behind Holland. They didn't play a lot last year, so this could be a new thing you're seeing. You see also that De Bruyne was not in the game to start, so he came in later. So he's still tickering with the lineup, still technically considered preseason. Kyle Walker on the right, maybe going to Munich. So there's some things here that happen, as well as Ortega was in goal versus their typical goalkeeper, Edison. For the next lineup, for Arsenal had a lot of their new players in that they bought, and some of the old players, the new players in. They had Havertz and Rice. They're big money spenders from the summer to try to enhance the squad. And the typical mainstays in Saka, Odegaard, Martini were in there as well. Ramsdale, number 1 keeper, was in. So again, still preseason. Arsenal's a bit farther in their preseason than City. Their players played a bit longer in the games, and we'll dive into how the game went right now. Kickoff, game started 0-0, of course. First half was a bit slow. First real game of emphasis for both teams. Again, it's a friendly, but it wasn't a lot happening in the first half. A couple shots here and there. Nothing crazy noteworthy. The big first event happened in the game was in the 77th minute. Goal by Palmer for Manchester City. It was a very beautiful goal. So we want to go ahead and dive into the goal for you right now and show you how he got it. Beautiful turn in the midfield by Foden. Drives up the field. Gets a lucky bounce right here. Ball goes to De Bruyne. Heads it down. And then Palmer with the beautiful shot. Top left V for the goal. Number 80. Youngster for the team. With Mars leaving, you think that he's going to be able to come in and help make an effect. Pep wouldn't let a player like Mars leave if he didn't feel like he had cover, and Palmer is showing the backing of the coach by giving him the faith that he can come in and make things happen like that. So that's where we got to the second goal right here. The first goal right there. Then that took us to his beautiful picture celebration right here. The Bruyne hands out. Get used to this. This could be a high-scoring team with a lot of goals from Palmer coming down the flank moving forward. Game looked like it was going to end at 1-0 Manchester City, but as you see right here in the 90th plus minute, Trossard got his goal to tie the game. How did he get the goal? Well, let's talk about the stoppage time. There was 8 minutes of stoppage time added in this game. Why? In the World Cup, if you remember, or if you didn't watch, once the ball went out of bounds or the play stopped, they had a stop clock basically, and they counted how much time was being wasted between ball going back live. And they added that time to the end of the first half and the second half to try to make as much 90 minutes of play going on. In the telecast for this game, they said that they did a study for the EPL last season, and about 57 minutes was only being played in real game time. That means there's 33 minutes of game time, just kind of, what, people hurt on the ground, waiting for a throw-in, waiting for a kick, a kickoff, whatever it may be. So they added 8 minutes here because they're implementing that across all of EPL. You have to add in the time that is being wasted. So this goal went in the 98th minute, basically. And now we're going to go ahead and show you that goal right here. The goal came off of a corner kick, headed out, did get outside the box, but did not get far enough, went back to the guy who kicked it. And then Trossard with the shot, hit a Kanji, and deflected the net. Keeper's wrong-footed, nothing he could do there. So unfortunate for Manchester City, so close to winning. This is probably the last sequence of the game. If they clear this, game's over. But nope, ball goes in the net, and that ties the game up at 1-1. That took us to penalties then. They don't do extra time in this, especially because it's preseason. They want to keep the players' legs pretty fresh and healthy throughout the season. They don't want people getting hurt pretty early, so this took us to the penalties, where we can now dive into how did the penalties actually go. So let's get that queued up for you. Give me 1 second while I queue it up, and let's get it going for you right here. Let me queue it. One man show over here. Excuse me 1 second. Cool, we got queued. So Arsenal have the first penalty by Odegaard, their captain. Bang, left corner, good penalty. De Bruyne goes, hits the top post. Man City's captain misses. Next up, Arsenal. Slow run up. Right, keeper gets it the wrong way. Goal. Trossard, the guy who got the game-tying goal. Great left-footed shot here by Bernardo Silva. He may be leaving before this season really gets going, so we'll see if that's his last real play for City. Next up, Saka for Arsenal, Young Player of the Year. Goal. He is the future there. Good to see him get on the board. Next up, Rodri for City. Pretty poor penalty kick, honestly. Kind of directly in the middle for the goalie. Guess it was right. Saves it. So now it's 3 Arsenal, 1 City. If this goes in, that is game. Bang. Could not be a better penalty kick. Top left. Point to the badge. Arsenal take the victory. They get to win the Community Shield. And look at the players celebrate wildly. That's big because when you're competing for a championship, you want any type of advantage, psychological, whatever it may be, and winning that first game is important. So Arsenal won on penalty kicks 4-1. Congrats to them. This is Arteta's second Community Shield and third trophy in total since he joined Arsenal in 2019. It's Community Shield number 17 for Arsenal in history, only behind Manchester United, who have more. If you look at the past 30 winners, Arsenal's now added to the list. This is City's third time losing Community Shield the past 3 years. So unfortunately, even though they're winning the FA Cup or they're winning the Champions League, they have won Champions League 3 years as well. So it's been Champions League 3 years a year. They get here at least. They're not winning Community Shield. Pep wants his team to be better in the back half of the season, beginning. Again, it's still preseason, so not the end of the world. But just something to make note of that they haven't been able to pull this out. And it just helps other team potentially have a psychological advantage to start the season, but it hasn't mattered at the end of the season. This is them celebrating the trophy, so let's get that video queued up for you, ready to go, and let's watch. Odegaard from Norway, captain, raising the cup. Huge for Arsenal as they look to try to become champions of EPL for the first time since 2004. Get the raise the trophy here. Hopefully for Arsenal fans, they can do this at the end of the season as well. And then some cool photos for you. Haaland got subbed out in the second half early on. He was getting booed by Arsenal fans. He put up the 3. Why did he put up the 3? 3 trophies from last year, treble. And then new signing, Havertz did not have his best game in Arsenal form. Again, he's playing against a really tough City defense. Not the end of the world. So that is your FA Community Shield recap for you. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like more football news, global news from all over, please like and subscribe to my channel, Randy Silver TV. We're going to be putting out a comprehensive review show coming up this week on the different leagues and what to expect, teams who should be winning it all, and everything in between. Thank you for watching. Please comment your thoughts on the Community Shield. Until next time, out.